No injuries to report so far.
What about Jordan Mason? Why didn't he play?
Hip soreness.
How did Josh Dobbs play?
Did a good job. Left on a few drives, scoring drives. Made a couple plays when nothing was there. I thought it was similar to last week.
Did he go first because he's ahead, or what's that competition?
No, we just planned on giving Brandon first last week, and we're going to give Dobbs first this week. So haven't decided on next week yet, but that was the plan from the beginning.
It was your first chance to see Jacob Cowing in some game action. How did he put himself?
I was happy with him. You know, we'll see more when we watch the tape, but I think first and foremost, just his poise on the punt returns was good to see. You know, he made good decisions with that stuff, and made a couple plays, you know, on the jet sweep, a couple plays in the pass game, so it was good to get him out there.
What about one winners?
He bruised his knee in practice.
Did you throw the early challenge flag because you were bored again?
No, just heard he was out, so I just threw it. And we all need reps. No, I didn't.
Did you do that again for the third game?
I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure yet.
But why this year are you doing that? I mean, you've had other talented guys on offense. So why did you do it with Clint this preseason?
I like Clint more than everyone else. No, no, that's not it. Just been thinking about doing it for a while. Can't really explain why. You know, I think certain years, sometimes you want to do it, especially when you're getting a feel for a quarterback and you want them to get used to. I think our quarterback I've been with for 2 years, so Brock's used to me. Clint and Brian have been doing a lot of the meetings with the quarterbacks. BA was with us last year. Didn't feel like I needed to this year, and Clay's been great at it. So.
Had nothing to do with the Kubiaks.
What's that?
Had nothing to do with the Kubiaks on both sides.
It actually didn't. No, it didn't. But should have said it was that.
So many of your starters missing tonight are not available. Why did you want to see Brock tonight, and what did you see from him?
Just thought it'd be good for him to get a couple reps in, or a couple drives in. You know, we were hoping it would be one long drive just to get him out, similar to what BA had last week. But we had, I think it was 2 3 and outs, so I don't want to go past that. I think it's good for quarterbacks to get in. Felt good with the guys that were in there, and we're pretty conservative with what we did with them, and I felt Brock kind of wanted to do it too.
You plan to play him again on Friday?
Yes.
How do you
What
evaluate
did you
Brock?
think of Tanner Mordecai and how he played before?
I thought he did a good job. You know, he got a couple chances with some throws. He ran the huddle very well. You know, he got us in and out. I think he took us on that drive to get a field goal there at the end. Wish he'd got a little bit more, but did good with what we gave him.
How do you feel Brock did all things considered?
I mean, there were 2 frustrating drives, just 3 and out. I don't think there was much there when he had it. You know, he had a chance to make a big play on a keeper going back across, but not enough plays. There weren't really any good looks for him either.
When you were not calling plays, what were you doing with your spare time?
Chewing seeds, threw a challenge, made a couple timeouts. No, just talking to coaches, making sure we had the right people in there. You know, there's a lot of guys on the roster, and you want to make sure that guys get their opportunities, but also put guys in positions that you can evaluate where things are close, and that's kind of more of the stuff I was paying attention to.
Was there any hesitancy in putting Brock out there when you had so many non-starters out there in the field?
Yeah, you always think about that stuff. If we thought it was an issue, we wouldn't have done it, but we were good with the guys out there. You know, if Brock wouldn't have gone, probably wouldn't have played Jake. You know, definitely would have had Colton and Jalen go as long, but we felt good with the group.
You took 3 more than one tap hits on the first 2 series for you.
What's that?
Brock took like 3 hits or more than one taps on the first 2 series where you're like, maybe enough is enough.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that all the time, but you know, it's also part of football, and I think he protected himself well. If we felt he was in a tough situation, we wouldn't have, but you know, a lot of quarterbacks play throughout the league, and each week's different. I think it helps Brock to play, and you know, last year he didn't get to as much with his arm, but thought it was good for him to get out there, even though it wasn't 2 great drives. And I know he was really wanting to do it, and hopefully it'll make him in a better position for this when we go to the Raiders.
Was Juwan Jennings injured, or did he just have the night off?
No, Juwan has an injury. I forget exactly what it was. I think it's somewhere in oblique, but something that shouldn't bother him next week.
Quarterback job comes down, or it seems to be, between Allen and Dobbs. What did you think of the two of them tonight, especially Dobbs and that big touchdown?
Yeah, I thought they both did well with the reps they were given. Dobbs got to play a little bit more, and I thought he did a real good job leading us on those drives. When Brandon came in, he did the same. So it was very similar to last week. The games have been tight. The practices have been tight. So that's a good problem we have right now.
I know there's still time, but you've got a couple pretty highly drafted rookies who haven't played at all in preseason. Is time sort of running out for you to know whether they can be, on the week one roster?
Yeah, I mean, that stuff's always tough when guys get hurt and they're not out there, especially, when guys get hurt right away. So that was so good for Jake to be able to go through this week, stay healthy through this week, and get a play in that game. Hopefully, we're expecting to get Isaac back next week, so hopefully practice will go well and we can take a look at him in the game, and hopefully Ricky will get there too.
With so many offensive players out for practice and these games, and not a lot of continuity, are you prepared for the possibility earlier in the year that you may have to win a different way? I mean, like with a lot of defense and kicking field goals, and, whereas in the past years when you hit the ground running, you were scoring 30 points.
Yes, but I mean, you always feel like we've had to win a number of ways, a number of times here, so you look at that each week, even when you feel your offense is firing on all cylinders, you still, what's the best way to win a game? And that changes week in and week out. And I like to think we're built to do it a lot of different ways. I think we have done it a lot of different ways in our tenure here. And that's kind of what we always talk about. What does it take to win? And you try to figure that out by studying, putting together a game plan, and then you do what you can in the game to find a way, and you really don't care how it looks or what happens. You just do whatever you can to win.
Well, you really haven't had a quarterback, even a backup who could really run effectively. What does Dobbs' talent, what is he showing you? What does that add to what you can do on offense?
I mean, I think there's a fine line when, Dobbs can make a lot of plays with his legs. When you have like a true running quarterback where you can put in all the running plays for them, I don't want to necessarily put Josh in that category. But he is a guy that if you don't honor him, you can run those plays. And if you aren't honoring him in that way and you can run those plays, you're going to get a lot of really good looks, just like he did last year in Arizona and things like that. That's stuff that, Sam Darnold was capable of too. You got to have the threat with your legs and stuff. You got to be willing to do it, but it's not something that, you would ever major in with him. Seeing how his shoulder reacts this week. He's running routes, feeling good and stuff, but we don't want to put him in there getting hit and things like that and some awkward positions till we know he can pass all the tests and do everything. So he's day-to-day right now.
Was that you here tonight?
I believe so, yeah. No, I think he was sitting with all the IR players and stuff that we put in a box.
George Kittle really criticized us last week for not wearing nice shoes. How seriously do you take your shoe game, and what are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Jordans right now, and I don't take it that seriously. I like to wear nice shoes, but I don't like to shop, and I don't do things online very much, so people got to usually give them to me, and I appreciate it when they do.
Is Towns in the running to be the opening day punt returner, and would it be okay to have a rookie in that role, especially on the main line for this season?
Yeah, we want to figure out whoever the best punt returner is on our 53. And he looked pretty good today. We drafted him hoping that he could have the potential to do it. Tonight was really the first time that we were able to get him out there. And, he's had a week of being healthy, so he's definitely got a chance to. But tonight was a step in the right direction.
Had a couple big plays tonight. What have you seen from him so far this preseason, and has anything changed from the last couple of years he's been here?
Curtis just gets better each year. He's been here for a while, helps out a lot on special teams, runs the show as the Mike linebacker. Really enjoyed having Curtis here, and gets better each week, and it's going to have some tough decisions here when it comes down to the end.
Cody Schrader, statistically, it looks great. In the preseason, he's looked impressive kind of in practices. How would you kind of gauge where he is, and what have you seen from him this summer?
Similar to college, he's a good running back. He knows how to run the ball. He hits the right holes, doesn't mess around, lowers his pads, and falls forward. He's been good in practice, and he's done a good job with his opportunity in these two games.
Did you do a production meeting with Tom Brady?
Yes, like a pretend one. We did one with Mark and those guys too. It was good. It's always fun to talk to the GOAT.
Questions for him?
A lot. like every play of his career. No. Better than usual. Not to be confused with that good, but better than usual.